Real-time strategy has always sparked my interest and got me hooked all throughout my life. The lack of this genre in VR is a real problem, but I recently discovered a game that got me hooked. The game I'll be reviewing today is called Tower Defender VR, currently available through AppLab on the Meta App Store. Despite the name of the game is not a tower defense game, but more of a real-time strategy game, most similar to Mushroom Wars if you ever played the game, with a hint of tower defense game traits mixed into it. We'll be discussing the good and the bad for the game, so if this video helped you out, consider giving this video a like. Let's get into the review. The gameplay is a very simple real-time strategy. You'll fight and defend your tower as the head of your army. While the opposing armies are doing the same thing, you'll control your army to take over their strongholds. The gameplay is in first person, overlooking the battlefield table, and you'll use your controller to point and drag your tower to the tower that you want to take over. The game simulates you being in the actual room, and you can move around the room for a better view of the battlefield by twisting with one controller or using both controllers to move around and zoom in and out. The movement is very smooth and feels very natural. You can play through two game modes, which are Adventure and Endless levels. Within Adventure, you can upgrade your troops and your towers, or gain the ability to choose a spell at the end of each round, while Endless levels will go through the levels without any boosts or upgrades to your tower or your troops. Either game mode is super fun and you can keep playing for a very long time. For Adventure, every 5th level you'll be facing off against an enemy champion that can also summon troops and use spells against your tower. You definitely need to bring your A game against them. There is absolutely zero fear factor within this game. If anything, they have super cute animals cheering you in the background outside your house. It doesn't have anything to do with the game, but it is kinda cute and does bring a good feeling when you look up for a second or two. I kinda have mixed feelings about the difficulty of the game. Most of my brain power is used during the boss fight battles to bring my army to the max efficiency, and besides that, some levels are harder than others, but some levels are easier than I would like to see, even though it is in the later rounds. If you're used to real-time strategy games, I don't think you'll have many troubles with the game, but I can also see some people having a hard time if you're not used to this game type. In terms of replayability, I could honestly play this game every single day simply because it's fun and addictive. You never beat the game, which allows you to play the game over and over for a long time, and I already spent a long time experimenting with leveling up different types of soldiers and tower types. The in-game music definitely fits the feel of the game. The music isn't over the top, which is always a plus, and since it fits the game so well, I barely notice it playing when I'm focused on the game. This game has the cartoony graphics I'm sure you've seen in different games. It's nothing like Red Matter 2, for example, but the game is not meant to be played in a real life graphics to begin with. So I think the graphics definitely fits the type of game they're going for. I'm sure the game studio can improve on the current state of graphics to even make it much cleaner, but it's not necessary and it doesn't distract you from the gameplay whatsoever. The comfort rating within the game is simply a 5 out of 5, no questions asked. Once the game is approved through the official MetaQuest store, there is no reason this game does not have a comfortable comfort rating. Now let's get into my thoughts on what the game studio can do to improve this game. This game is not a complete game, and the game studio also knows that, so they'll continue to push out new content and improvements to the game over time. The first thing I want to see improved in the game is the ability to choose the difficulty of the game so more experienced players can go through with a challenge. Next is the scale of each battle. If we have a level on a much bigger scale, that leaves a lot of room for players to execute their strategy and the possibility to make the game harder as well. This way, when you do beat the battle, it'll give the player the feeling of satisfaction for building a large army to attack the opponent. Next is a need for some sort of multiplayer experience. Whether it's PvP against random opponents or your friends, or a PvE match where you can team up with your friends to go against a strong army. Just having multiplayer available will increase the willingness of anyone to get onto the game. I know I rambled for a bit, but I seriously think that this game has the potential to become an iconic real-time strategy game available for MetaQuest 2 or simply in the VR gaming space. I recently reached out to the game studio and they were very kind in the response they gave and told me about their game demo they are working on, so it'll be much easier for players to try out this amazing game before the purchase. They are currently working on a big update to include new heroes, skills, and weapon systems that are planned to be released in the middle of October. In the meanwhile, the users of the game and the game studio are very active on their Discord, so if you're interested, I'll leave the link in the description below. They also do free giveaways in their Discord. Does the game sound interesting to you, or are you skipping out on this one? Well, regardless, thank you for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.